Analysis now with Thomas Warrick, who's also in the US Capitol. He's a former Deputy Assistant Secretary at the US Department of Homeland Security. Good to have you back on the program, Thomas. Volodymyr Zelenskyy is wrapping up his surprise trip to the US, as we know, but in a way, it's not a surprise that his first foreign trip since the war began should be to its biggest supporter. What has he achieved from this visit?
Two main things. First of all, he shored up relations with President Biden, and he made a case very privately for more advanced weapons that Ukraine is going to need to defend itself against the campaign that's coming in a few months. It's expected here that that Moscow will launch an offensive against Ukraine, perhaps to try to seize the capital of Kyiv again, perhaps to threaten some of the territory that Ukraine liberated from Russian control in 2022. So the expectation is that the war is going to go on and that Russia is going to throw hundreds of thousands of untrained troops at Ukraine. And for that reason, he needed more advanced weapons to even the battle to defend his country. And then second, he was trying to reach out to the American people and assure them that Ukraine's cause is America's cause and Europe's cause. It's the cause of democratic nations against aggression from Vladimir Putin. And I think on that, he scored a measure of success. It remains to be seen whether he will need to shore this up in a few months. But for now, Washington is very much on his side.
Now, the Center for Strategic and International Studies says US aid to Ukraine during this conflict has totaled some $68 billion so far, with the White House, as we know, asking Congress to approve another $45 billion. How crucial has US support been for Ukraine's war? And do you think Americans will continue to support the idea of their money going to Ukraine?
So the weapons that the United States and Europe have provided have been vital to Ukraine's defense. In particular, some of the advanced artillery systems have allowed Ukrainian forces to disrupt Russian attacks, to attack Russian soldiers wherever they congregate, and has really given the Ukrainians a decisive advantage in a number of important battles. The real heroics, as President Zelenskyy said here, belong to individual Ukrainian soldiers who have fought valiantly in defense of their country. And I think what Zelenskyy is trying to do is to assure Americans, as former British Prime Minister Churchill once said, give us the tools and we will finish the job. It was very much a call to history that Zelenskyy was here to remind Americans of the U.S. struggle for independence and of really decisive moments where countries like the United States stood against Nazi tyranny. So he's very much evoking American history and reminding his American audience what it means to stand up for democracy against naked aggression.
Okay, Thomas Warrick, we will have to leave it there, but really good to get your analysis. Thank you for joining us.